Hey guys, it's Danielle again, and today I'm bringing you my May book haul. Okay, so it was a rather large book haul month for me, but that's okay because June is going to be a small month because I am leaving for vacation in 3 days, so I'm taking a bunch of books with me to read, but I'm not going to be buying any books for over half the month. So I don't feel so bad about May being kind of a big one. So anyway, let's just get on into the books. So I bought books from several different places as usual. Anyway, let's get to the books. So I ended up making 2 book outlet purchases this month. One at the beginning and one at the end. I wasn't sure that one of them was going to come in May, so I thought it might be in a June book haul, but it came before the end of the month, so I'm including it. In the first book outlet box I got at the beginning of the month, I purchased True by Hilary Duff. This is the 3rd book in the Elixir trilogy that is written by Hilary Duff with Elise Allen, so it's kind of ghostwritten or whatever. So when I read the first book in this series, I was excited because it was Hilary Duff and I love Hilary Duff, but I read that first book and really didn't care for it very much. But by that time we'd already bought the second book, so I kind of felt the need to go ahead and read it. So when this one came out, it was a long time ago, and we just didn't feel the need to run right out and buy it. When I saw it on Book Outlet for like $4, I thought that that was the perfect time to go ahead and buy it and finish the series. Just get it out of the way, get it off my TBR so I never have to do it again. The second book I bought was Trial by Fire by Josephine Angelini. I have not read Josephine Angelini's other series, the Star-Crossed series. Haven't read it yet, but this has gotten pretty good reviews, and it's a fairly new release. I mean, I think it only came out in like September or October of last year, so I couldn't pass it up once it came back on Book Outlet. And the last book I bought was only 99 cents because it was part of the 50/50 of the week, which was comedy, funny books. So I picked up Charlie Glass's Slippers by Holly McQueen. I think this is a chick lit book about a girl who is a little overweight and her father dies and leaves her his giant shoe empire. He designed shoes, and she doesn't really get that scene, so nobody really understands why he left it to her, and so she decides to become the kind of person that would run that company. She loses all this weight and starts running the company. It just sounded cute and fun. Being a larger girl myself, this appealed to that side of me. It just sounded really cute. And it was only 99 cents, so I couldn't pass it up. The second book outlet box I got this month was entirely based around one book that I found on there, and that was Ingenue by Gillian Larkin. I actually own this entire trilogy already, including this book, but I have the paperback version, and it's the second book in the series, so it's really, really annoying to me to have a hardback on my shelf. But this was only 99 cents for a hardcover on Book Outlet, so I immediately snatched that up. But to make it worth it, I ended up buying 5 more books. But I did use my $5 off coupon that I got in the last box, so I don't feel as bad. I think I got all 6 of these books for $20, so I mean, it's really not that bad. In addition to Ingenue, I picked up Rampant and Ascendant by Diana Peterfreund. This is a duology about killer unicorns, so how could you not buy a series about killer unicorns? Like, that's just fantastic. And this one was only 99 cents as well, so... Oh no, actually, this was only 49 cents, so I really couldn't pass this up either. Next I picked up Fall for Anything by Courtney Summers. This is the only Courtney Summers book that I didn't own yet, so I snatched it up. I own all of her books now. I've read half of them and love them, so I will be definitely buying anything Courtney Summers puts out in the future. Next I picked up Winter Spell by Claire Legrand. This is a YA retelling of The Nutcracker, which sounds so appealing to me, especially since I've been on this YA retelling kick. I love them. So, and the cover is gorgeous. I've had my eye on this ever since it came out, but now that it's on Book Outlet, I could not pass it up. I say that a lot, but I couldn't. I just, it would physically hurt me not to buy this book. The last book I got from Book Outlet this month was Nosferatu I'm just gonna say Nosferatu because I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, by Joe Hill, who is actually Stephen King's son. My mom is obsessed with Stephen King, so now that we're gonna start collecting Joe Hill books. This is kind of a paranormal-ish horror book. I don't know exactly what it's about, but it sounds really cool. I love this kind of take on horror with this kind of twist, so I'm actually really excited to read this. I also own Horns by Joe Hill, which got turned into a movie with Daniel Radcliffe. I saw the movie, loved the movie, so now I want to read his books. Earlier this month, you might have noticed on my blog or Twitter, I was freaking out that I actually got to meet Sarah J. Maas at a book signing for Court of Thorns and Roses. This is the start of her new adult fantasy series that is a Beauty and the Beast retelling with elements of Tamlin and East of the Sun, West of the Moon. I have already read it. You're gonna hear me gushing about it. Meeting her was so wonderful. She told me she liked my outfit, and I just had such a great time meeting her and going to the signing. And see, that was like the best part. It's Bay. I love it. While I was at that Barnes & Noble in St. Louis and picking up A Court of Thorns and Roses for the signing, I couldn't help myself. I had to buy another book. This is The Fill-In Boyfriend by Casey West. I haven't read any of Casey West's other books yet, but this one sounds like the perfect YA rom-com, and it's adorable sounding. It's about a girl whose boyfriend breaks up with her right before prom, but none of her friends have ever met her boyfriend, so she's afraid that her friends are going to think that she lied, that her boyfriend never existed. So she finds this guy who's there to pick up his sister and convinces him to pretend to be her boyfriend for the prom. Doesn't that sound adorable? I am so excited to read this. I'm taking it on vacation with me, so hopefully I can get this read. The last book I got from Barnes & Noble I actually ordered online and just got it in the mail a couple of days ago. That is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. I read a Morgan Matson book in May. Spoiler alert. I loved it so much that I had to pick up another one to take on vacation with me. I will be starting this on Saturday, as soon as I am able to crack open a book in the car. This past weekend, my mom and I made a Target run for a baby shower. So while we were there, we bought books. Of course we did. What? Are you kidding me? We can't go to Target and not buy books. That's just impossible. So we picked up Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. This is actually the movie edition, the movie tie-in edition, because the movie comes out in June at some point. I really usually don't like movie tie-ins, I avoid them at all costs, but this is so nice. It's just made nice, and it feels nice, and I like the color, and I don't mind that it's the movie cover at all. I actually really like it. So I'm really looking forward to the movie, so I need to read the book. The other book we picked up at Target was P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. I own the first book. I own To All the Boys I've Loved Before, but I've not read it yet, so now I have the second one and can just marathon through them. And I've heard that it's a super, super cute duology. I'm really looking forward to it. This month I managed to only buy one book from my local independent bookstore. I'm super proud of myself for that. And that was The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I've heard amazing things about this book, and it's just so pretty. And I love the new influx of diverse authors and diverse stories that we're getting, so I want to increase my diversity in my reading too. I'm so excited to read this. I've heard nothing but good things. This is actually a retelling of sorts of the 1001 Nights, so I'm very, very interested to see how I like it. The last set of books I bought this month was at Walmart. Big surprise, I'm at Walmart every week buying movies, so I have to look at the books. They don't usually have the big new releases, so when they do, I snatch them up because they're usually pretty cheap. So I got Dangerous Deception by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. This is the second book in the Dangerous Creatures series, which is a spin-off series from the Castor Chronicles, the Beautiful Creatures series. I have not read these yet because I have not finished the Beautiful Creatures series. I've only read the first book, but I really liked Ridley in the first book, so I'm excited to finish that series so I can get to this one. The next book I bought at Walmart was Magonia by Maria Dahvana Headley. This story follows a girl who is sick, but she discovers a world in the sky in which she's not sick anymore. It sounds super good. It's not that long. It's pretty short actually, but it's a standalone fantasy novel, so that really appealed to me because that doesn't come around very often. I'm taking this one on vacation as well. The last book I have to show you today is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. This was touted as a fantasy standalone, but as soon as people started reading it, they were like, this is not a standalone, it can't be. And once it got really great reviews and all the hype and so many people were loving it, the sequel actually got greenlit. So super excited about that. This is a fantasy novel based around Roman history, and it follows two perspectives. Sounds super good. I've gotten rave reviews even from people who really don't like hyped books. They tend to, you know, stay away from the crowd's opinions, but they've even liked them, so I'm really excited to see if I like it or not. I don't know when I'll get around to it because I don't want to start too many series that I can't finish, but I may make an exception for this one. That's it, guys. That's all for my book haul for May. Hopefully, like I said, I won't have a big book haul for June, so if I do, yell at me. So I'll be back with another video for my wrap up, and I will see you soon. Bye! Like, I am so excited.